Hey, Shenny Enning. Sorry. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to everybody here. Hey, Choda. Minus 24 degrees. Oh my god. Holy shit. Happy Friday, man. I hope you don't freeze to death. Jeez. So Jenny Enning has some has a contract for me, so I will take a look at that. I don't think there's anything new, right? No features. No. Okay. So let's go take a look at this. What's this? You should experience it. It is fun. How about no? Do I have anything for that? Let's see. No. Let's see. Where is the cigarettes in Wilton Creek? Hmm? Is she in Wilton Creek? Wait, what? Well,
Trotter Boy 65 just redeemed Wilhelm.
that's you going outside? Wait a minute, I need to, there we go. Wait, what? Why did I think it was Wilton Creek? Oh, the author is Wilton Creek. That's gonna say she's not on Wilton Creek. She's in Hokkaido. Okay. Yuki Yamazaki dropped her cigarettes off the lift when arriving at the hospital. According to her bodyguards, this has put her on edge. Cigarettes are contraband at Gamma, but surely not everyone follows the rules. Okay. That's you going outside. Yeah, I can imagine. You open the doors like, ah! Okay, so I need her to make fire accident. I don't know where she actually goes to smoke. She go to the balcony or something? And where is the pack of cigarettes again? I can't remember. Let me check that out. Oh. So this is Hokkaido, so that is Hitman 2? No. Hitman 1. Citizen Visits. Search cigarettes. Pack of cigarettes. It is Amos Dexter's room. Okay. Where's the rest over here? Oh, there's cigarettes over there in the foyer. Okay. Dexter's room has cigarettes, yeah, and there's cigarettes in the foyer, so, and I can be in any disguise, okay. So that means I don't have to start over here. Could start. Do I need? I probably need tools. Oil. This is handy to get somewhere. Okay. I'll have to get one of the dude's outfits at some time, but yeah, we'll see. I'll have to get in there somewhere. Okay, I know. See the leaderboards? I will take a look at them after I'm done. I don't want to see how fast people did this just yet. Let's see, this is not the foyer, no. This is the restaurant, so there should be some cigarettes on the hall somewhere. Let's see, is it here? Was it on the other side? I can't remember what I was seeing in the maps. Probably over there. Oh. Saying it's over here. And I'm saying no, it's not. I'm on level 1, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's start in the Reaper room. Okay. Close this. Close this and this. Okay. I have to watch out though, because
As part of the service here at
get him
Gamma,
out of there.
your personal room has been outfitted with a frequency identification.
Oh, all shots might hit an NPC. Ah, bugger, so I cannot scare them off. I cannot shoot cameras.
Hello, Mr. Reaper. As part of the service here at Gamma, your
As
personal
part
room
of the
has
service
been
here at Gamma. Okay, so where's the cigarettes? It's the bust. Pack of cigarettes, okay. We're out of here. Okay, there's Yuki. She will eventually go back to her room.
Good to see you.
I'd like to.
Whoa.
So I need one of these guys to get over here.
Maybe you can tell me, is it true the boss was connected back in the day? You kidding? Didn't you follow the big trial at all? It was everywhere on TV. Well, I was away, you know, over here at Bridge. Spent a lot of time in solitary. Short version. Miss Yamazaki.
See me? Oh, and I can't pacify anybody? Okay. Whatever. Let's see. Let's just, for the moment, see where she goes.
Suck it in.
Now I have to deal with this dude. How do I do that?
Hey, mister, who are you again?
Thank you for noticing. Thank you.
That's enough.
Come over here.
This is your final war. Ah!
Okay, I just want to see what she does before I do anything else. So I'm wondering, how am I gonna get them out of there? Maybe. Well, if I scare her, she runs, right? She goes down. She didn't go for the smokes. So I have to.
Looking tough there.
Can you give the cigarettes to her? Why is my... Oh, give me a second. I don't need to see that. Appearance. It's being annoying. Restaurant room, you can put cigarettes. Okay, so she goes to the restaurant and you can put cigarettes there then? Okay. That's interesting. But I don't want to see... Why is this so annoying? Show. Chat highlights are over here. Radar, no. Return to chat. Okay. Okay. Close. There we go. Sorry, I had to take care of some crap in my chat. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the restaurant, see what she does there then. Where do we put the cigarettes? There should be a room, some place we can put them, right?
Keep calm. I don't like the thin air up here. I get anxiety attacks, you see. It's just, well, I love them.
Is it somewhere in there?
It gets lonely being in a strange country.
Let's give him the briefcase. So he fucks off.
Yeah, it's me. Send a man to my position, stat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't work.
Oh, you're
Is anything bad happening?
Very intelligent.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
I'll let you do
don't
your
be modest.
job.
You are.
Respect.
I mean, I just don't really understand what you're trying to say.
Is it on that stack? I'm gonna
Much talk, really. I only care about what's around me.
cheat a bit for now. Let's see, what is this? Replace the pack of cigarettes. Okay, so we need to put it over there. Okay. You can see. Hey, Phoenix, welcome. Happy Friday to you, man. Okay, so we need to go get the...
As part of the service here at Gamma,
And where does she go to smoke? That's the other question. Because then I can prepare that.
Hey there.
Boom, boom. Cigarettes. Okay. Good evening. Well, I could forego the cigarettes and just pour it in her path and then shoot it up. But maybe we can...
One thing I do love about this country.
Can I get him to come over here?
You, go.
Roger.
Arr. Good evening.
Good day to you, sir.
It probably takes like half an hour for her to get here.
Hope you have everything you need.
It's awesome, right? Shut up, do I look like Hush or Invisible Man or maybe Dark Man up there? Yeah.
Yeah, I...
Shut up, totally.
Okay. That's gonna take ages, man, before that's anywhere near proximity. Okay. Play.
Mr. Reaper.
Hello, Mr.
As
Reaper.
part of the service here at Gamma,
Your personal room has been out.
And there she comes. So
Evening.
gambling, she comes past here. Micro taser, put it over here. Hello, Yuki. I'll just go here.
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation. Miss Yamazaki's very smart, very capable. Tough as nails, too. Oh! Use a bloody trash can. Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation. Miss Yamazaki's very smart, very capable. Tough as nails, too. You should see.
There we go. See, you can make it unnecessarily difficult if you need to use a cigarette, but this also works, right? Okay. 103. Leaderboards. Thank you. 47. 103. So yeah. I can probably get her somewhat closer, but I guess he did the same. And then Greg in 8 minutes, so he went the cigarette route. Like Puchas and Ruby. Oh, Ruby is on here. I know who that is. Got the kill, but didn't do it like it should be. Okay. Look how Joss is biting the cable. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Phoenix, if you feel free, if you like a try to fill my contract later, I will take a look at it. Phoenix. Contract lookup. 1038. Oops. 807. Good God, man, what the hell is wrong with me? 807 5018 29.
Hello there.
Hey, Abby. Welcome. Swim instructor. Okay. Sink or swim, accident, and any method is mansion security. Okay. That is any disguise, so we might as well start as mansion security, I guess. And then he's got to be an accident. It's very general accident. Okay. Any method as the mansion security. Okay. Let's go see where they are first and go plan from there. Have you got the purple suit V2? Last night I didn't, but yeah, if I probably have to restart. I can see it wasn't showing up in my inventory last night. Don't know if they have fixed that for now, but.
DeSantis. Of course I'm alone.
Okay. Let's see, where are these people? One's over here, and one's over here. Oh, aren't there mansion security dudes over here? Because then I can just start over there. Okay. Replenishing. And we are going to start in the ruins over here. We'll see if we have the... where is it? In classic, I think, because the purple streak is there too. I only got the one. See, so it's not showing up. Unless they put it somewhere else in the themed or something. Let's go back to the start. No. Nope. So yeah. So it's also not in a different category looks it shouldn't be there, no. Yeah, I put it in formal, no. But yeah, it's I don't have it for now. Okay. Oh, can I knock people out? Right, no shenanigans. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. It's bugged, yeah, they'll fix it eventually, but yeah. The intern has to work for that. Where is he? All the way over there? What? Oh, he's on the pier! Oh dear God. For some reason, he has to be an accident. Okay. He's in the garden. Gotta be mentioned security. Okay. Let's replan this. Let's start in the garden. I can get the outfit from the dude that's overlooking the water. And then I can get him. And then I have to go down to the water to get him. I wonder how I'm gonna get him. I am going to take some coins. Just in case I need it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, where is our little friend? Over there. Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Ah, crap.
Those bloody kids messing around again.
Can I get you over here, sir?
What?
Couldn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Can I dump you over here? Bye bye. Okay, so now I have to somehow get rid of that dude. You saw that? Do you like your kneecaps, do you? Do you? Okay. Uh-huh. Start mission. I was in the wrong outfit, I believe, anyway, so... He's not mentioned security, right? So, no. So I'll have to...
excuse me, princess.
Hi, Annie. Welcome. Do 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 do.
Have you noticed how security is getting tighter and tighter?
I'm not really sure I've seen you
Oh.
What the hell, man? That can cause brain.
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm in good mood. And yeah, I am trying to play this this contract that Phoenix brought to us. So yeah, I'm just experimenting right now. I have a pretty good idea of what I need to do. That will be okay. Let's go in and fetch.
Have you noticed how security is getting tighter and tighter? Especially around the lab entrance?
That's because Caruso's creating a monster.
Wait, really?
No, you schmuck. I don't know. He's getting close to a breakthrough or something.
Bonk. Mention security outfit. Okay, cool.
Gee. Wonder what that was. Okay, that was. Hear that? That's our cue.
Ah, fuck. It bounced where I didn't want it to bounce. God damn it. Yeah.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Stop blending in, please.
I'm calling for.
See, this is me wanting to try and go fast, and that that just fucks me up. Oh well.
Groundhog Day!
Let's go down here. Bop, 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 bop. Get this. See, now he likes me. Okay.
Especially around the lab
Get
entrance.
this. I
That's
can
because
get
Caruso's
this.
creating a monster.
Wait, really?
Get this. I don't know if I'll need it, but who cares?
He's getting close to a breakthrough.
Close the door. Okay, they don't like me, but it's not a real big problem. Hey, thank you so much for the sub, Annie.
It's still here, on the double. I can do this.
Okay.
Do exactly what I tell you to do. Command, still nothing. Stand by.
Okay, can we somehow... Oh, he needs to be in accident, right? He needs to be accident. He fell the wrong way. I need him to fall into the water. I do have a plan. Can I smuggle something here so that I don't have to go all the way down? It's the ruins, the cafe basement, mansion garage. That's the closest thing I can think of. Oh, it's a pickup that... Oh, crap. That's a stash, not a pickup. If I'm I'm starting. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. Planning. So if I start over here, I know I'm far off, but tools, no, snipers, containers. Let's take this and then take a sniper. I need a weak sniper. So what was the weak sniper again? Was it the Jaeger covert? This one is that's a weak one, right? Maybe taser? Yeah, it could be, but I don't think I can throw it from there. But I wanna try this out. So yeah. Okay. Oh, I can't see it from here, right? No. Okay, I need to go up. I want to see if I can avoid going all the way to the marina. Don't know if that will save time though, but yeah. It's fun to experiment, right? Okay. There's only one dude here, right? Yes.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Okay, so I mentioned security. Get this out. Crap. I can't see the walkway. I was hoping I could see the edge, lure him to the edge and shoot him off, then he would fall. That should be a an accident, right? Let's see. Maybe I can shoot the back of the ship because I shot the water, but he came up. But it's probably because he can't reach there, so he has no pathing, so he won't near it. Yeah, I shot him right in the shoulder. That's where I wanted it to hit him. I was hoping he would keel over. Oh, maybe I could go from here. Throw... Yeah, okay. Okay. That taser thing might be an option. Tools. So... can we take... I will take a remote taser just in case somebody else wants to pick it up. I'll take a more precise gun. I will start in the... I could start over here. And already in the... Let's see, that's over there. Could try starting over here. Let's see.
DeSantis.
Of course.
Okay.
Really?
Yes, really.
Shit. Ah!
Get wrecked. Okay. Now, oh right, I gotta. Come on, get over.
Hello there.
Hey, Shardy, welcome. Let's go. Okay, so now all I need to do is avoid the camera. I said all I need to do is avoid the camera. Crap.
A bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Okay.
Shardy_waffles_ just redeemed bold strategy cotton.
DeSantis. Out the window, yeah. Just go over here. Yeah. Take out the little coin. We can lure our friend over there.
What? Is anybody there?
Whoa. Goodbye. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. Boop, boop, boop. Nice. Okay. So now we just have to get out of here without getting caught on camera.
What's up, bud?
Let's just go here then. Watch out for that one. Watch out for the one that's over there. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Okay, they're friendly. Good, good, good. Later, boys.
Duh. Winning.
Yeah, There we go. Nice. Let's see. Baymark 47, and you know he waited for that, right? 50. Phoenix 154. Nice. Yeah, so no idea how to do that in 47 seconds. Did he like shoot him from the edge or something? I don't know. Oh well. I'll take it. Oh, Ruby also did this one. 723. No, not replan. Yes. Okay. The perfect getaway vehicle, a 42 horsepower air-cooled 60 Beetle. Yeah, of course. Nobody will see that. Okay. So this one from Shenning. Game modes, contracts. Let's go. Contract lookup. Oh, it's Japanese or something. Raven Rappy. Okay. Razia Calais. I have no idea where this dude is. Looks to be in the cellar from the Crow's thing. Maybe he's over there. Yeah. Let's go in and just see where he is and go from there. Happy Kenny Obi. I gotta make this smaller because I need more room elsewhere. Here we go. Oh, you're from Japan, Chen. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Where are you? Level 0. Okay. Any disguise. Where the hell is this? Barbershop over here. Okay. Tools over there. Okay. Let's start at the Chol then. Chol's over here. Is he a main character? I think so. Don't think I can give him a taser though, so... Let's go. You can sniper it? Oh, and does he? Is he standing under like a something that falls? Okay, we'll see. Where the hell are you? You're over there. That him? Oh, when he walks past there or something? Okay. Doesn't work. He goes over there. What would be closer? Thought I could start on the walkways, but I can't snipe it from where I'm starting, from the Chol, so... Oh, Skywalk, here it is. Made an explosion? Where is he? Over there.
What? Hey, go and see what's going on. I'm not taking any chances here.
Oh, crap. Oh.
Whoa! Hey, I need help. Hello? What the?
I see. I think I can get him from here. Skywalk is the perfect spot. Ooh. Yeah, I think I can get him with the scooter explosion.
Hello there.
Check that out. I don't want any loose ends.
Fuck me. I got him, but I got the dude with him too. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'll distract the guru or something, whatever is with him with that thing, and I'll just shoot the moped when he goes near. Distract him to get him. Split them up.
Come on, let's just see what it was. I got to get out of here!
Whoa! Hey, please, someone help me!
Oh boy.
Something blew up. I'm on it.
There we go. Took a bit of a little bit more shooting than I needed to, but maybe I could take a sniper rifle for that. Should be better, but
My cousin lives in New York, and he went.
my cousin lives in New York. Bom, 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 bom. Hey, Yippee KA, welcome. Happy Friday. Thank you, Chinny Inning. Welcome. Welcome, Yippee KA. Happy Friday, man. Hope you had a good week. 57 seconds. Oh, number 2 on the globals. We are 2. Okay, nice. Global. Happy Raven in 11 seconds. What? How is that even possible? Because you're not even spawning close to a to an exit. There's no way. Oh well. I don't trust that 11 seconds. Will you play your contract? Yes, sure. Give me the numbers if it's on... yeah, well, you know I'm on Epic, so... Numbers or the title, both will be good. There we go. Look up. Oh, Annie. Nummer 9. By Hans Gruber. Annie, because there's food in my tummy. Jessica Fleischer, Richard Baumgartner. Okay. Gustav Reuter, Boris Schroeter, and Alexander Bush. Is he one of the 2 guys that is standing next on the other side of the gate near the in the biker hideout? Oh yeah, Annie, right. So let's start at the biker hangout. No, let's go with it. Gustav, I've never seen Gustav before. I think at least I can pick up a propane tank. kill somebody. I could give Boris a... No, it's not one of them. Okay.
For Christ's sake.
Shut up. You're never satisfied.
You're a little whiny shit. I'm just saying the show.
Oh, it's him up there. Okay. I was gonna say, I'm sure I've seen his ugly mug before.
I bet we could get a better price out of those Delgado shit.
Wait.
Hello there.
Theirs is over here. Hey, Dark Matter. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great day. Oh. Oh, it's you.
Yeah, hey. Wow.
Hi.
Come on, we're clear. Repeat, we're clear. Area is secured. Over.
What?
Hey, you can't throw things around. Find a garbage can.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, I don't think this is
Whoa,
good
whoa,
at
whoa,
all.
whoa, 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 where the hell? Oh, he's going that way. Okay.
Watch.
Okay, so where does he go? He comes over here. Okay. Yeah. Oh. It'd be ideal if I could get him over here, but
What? Ugh. Keep your distance.
Wow. Easy now, mister. Take it
ah.
slow.
You gonna puke over the side now, are you?
Hey!
Goodbye. Alright. So, that leaves these jokers. Gotta go upstairs for him. DJ booth. Oh, she's downstairs. Hold on. I need to. Where is this? Level 2. And this one's even higher. Shell out some level 0. No, this one's up. These are down. Level 2. Okay, so he's on the roof. Over there. Let's go. Oh, I think I know. Yes. Hello, motherfucker. Got him. Let's see. Oh, you're down there. Okay. Oh, that is our brick. Okay. There we go. The rest is underground, right? This one's on the dance floor, okay. This one is pipe room projection bar. Oh shit, you're over there. Okay. There's got to be a way out here somewhere over here. Yes.
Hey, need some help here. Please, go get some help. I don't know what the hell is going on, but something is going on.
Davenport. Go sign up target.
Okay. Past him. Good, good, good. They're gonna be the real challenge, of course.
Guys to do security as well. Have a good one, buddy.
Oh, it's you. Ooh. Interesting. Ah, wrong dude.
Sir, can't leave that here.
See it, please. Come on, hurry up. Why do they always take like half a century to realize the coin isn't there anymore? Bye. Oh my god, they saw that? Crap.
I dare you to throw that.
You dared me to throw that? Really?
I can't see him either.
Yeah, it's dark up here, right? Okay, so he is a guard, right? So I could give him a taser. Let's give him the taser. Is this Hitman or Call of Duty? You had a really nice suit in the middle of your themed suit. It had a mask and a hood. Can you tell me the name when you're preparing next? Sure. Oh, I can. I'll have to change starting point so I could show it to you. No. In the middle of the themed with a. You mean this one? The Club GJ Booms suit? That the one you wanted to see, Jenny Annie? That looked like an ARC suit. Oh. This one? The Archean tuxedo? Oh. For some reason it jumped. This one. Oh yeah, the Archean tuxedo. I think it's a scale unlock. Okay, let's go back to the to this one. Biker hangout, yeah. Maybe I don't even need this. I could. I could give him a proxy taser as well. Let's go see.
You're always complaining. Warren, you complain. You also complain.
You can't leave that here, sir.
Oh wait, I gotta go there.
You need to take it with you.
Okay. Let's go get camera boy.
Anyone standing out to you? Acting strange or
Yeah.
You've got someone in mind. But,
Yeah, no one's really hitting me over the head right now.
Excuse me? Command, we might have a situation.
Nice.
Objective privilege. Over.
He's going to get that, okay.
Keep an eye out anyway.
So then I am going to kill the cameras from here once he goes bzzzt. There we go. Now, good roof boy over here. Oh, he's walking away right now. That's good.
See what that was. Take point.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Goodbye. Cool. Okay. Okay, let's go. Oh, right. Can I... He's over here. Yes, I can get him from over here. Okay, so you don't have to shoot the string, you can just shoot the globe. That's good to know. Okay. Oh, he's the one that fell down. I was thinking, why the hell is there a body here? Okay, so our security dude is over there, so he won't get me. Cool. Go down. Shot Baumgartner. I'm just gonna give him the taser. Hey dude, I'm allowed here. Oh, he's not security. Okay. Okay. That's a bit of a bummer. So... Can I get him to come over here? Oh, I don't have the coins anymore. Ah, it's too far away. So over here. We can get away with this. Okay, now we gotta make our way down. Pop, because he's right next to the DJ booth, I think. If I estimate her position right.
Man, yeah, I'm here now. All clear.
Oh, she's right over here.
As long as we don't accidentally overload the system, everything.
As long as we didn't accidentally overload the system.
Everything's fine.
We can make her go boom here. What if can I distract you over here, please? Ah, he will come.
And that's another.
If I do this. Which one of the two will come over here?
Mind looking into what that was?
Okay, okay.
Hey!
I need you to stay over here, sir.
Hey.
There's a very dangerous gas leak over there. There we go. Got it. Watch the MP video Maelstrom routes 8 seconds. Wow, 8 seconds for the Maelstrom. Oh my god. Yeah, if you know where he is, then yeah. But I'm not a speedrunner. Sometimes I see a fast route, but yeah, then I get beat by somebody boosting. GG, thank you. So I'm munching on some sweets. 556. Okay, number 3. Let's see, Argus. You're disappointing me, Argus. Why is it not 147? Okay, it's 37. Okay. And then there's me in 556. Trying to think where I can waste a lot of time luring the dude. Oh well. I'll take it. Oh, that's a good one. Real manga or glitch? Let's see on the friends list. Yeah, that's the real manga. 387, because he's on my friends list. Well done, manga. The video for this contract, yippee-ki-yay. Let's see. Swim instructor 47. Okay. You posted a few. Oh, Maelstrom routes. Swim instructor. Okay. I'll just pick one. Copy link. Okay. Let's see. New. Just let me see. Window capture. Oh. Instructor. Okay. Bloop. There we go. Let's just do this. Or do this. There we go. Let's see what's going on there. PlayStation.
Gunfire. Stay alert.
It's a different contract, right? I don't know. See, that's what I was trying to do. Nice. So it is possible. Okay. Why did he do this then? Oh, was it a knockout ducky? How is he not seen? Oh, violin boosting. Fuck off. Other video? Okay. OBS. No. Here. Which one? The swim instructor or the Maelstrom routes? Maelstrom routes, okay. Let's take a look at this. How long is this video? Oh. How is he not seen? Is he like surrounded by fake NPCs or something? That's wild. Nice though. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I've got an ad incoming in like 15 seconds. So, does anybody have a... Oh, Jenny Annie posted a few. This one. I will pick that up when we come back from the ads. I will load it up and then we'll see. We'll go from there. I need to do the queue thing. Game modes. Contracts. Let's see. Where is this? Hokkaido again. Full accident and unharmed. Okay. Are these the two jokers that are near the cable cart? Ad starting soon. Why hasn't it started yet? Okay. Somebody is messaging me. Give me a second. Okay, we're in an ad, so I'll go mute for a second. Okay, we're back. So, yeah, let's see where these two jokers hang out. And then, yeah, I have no idea what this says because my computer doesn't support that character set. And even then, I can't read Japanese. So, anyway, let's go where they are, where these two targets are, and work from there. Yeah, I thought it was those two. Okay.
Your personal room has been outfitted.
Your personal room has been outfitted. Well, there comes Yuki.
Been with the client long?
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation. Miss Yamazaki's very smart, very capable, tough as nails.
Huh?
You heard it. Investigate and report. You are free to engage anyone you don't know.
Sure thing. Excellent. Good job.
Does this work? That works. Okay. There we go. I was hoping the other dude would go and that I could like 56 seconds. Oh, we can shave a lot of that off, probably. Can I start? A bit closer, maybe? No, this is the closest I can get. Hey Alonso, welcome. Happy Friday. Should have snowmobiled or skied to exit the level. Yeah. Well, there's a snowmobile exit, but it's so far away. Yeah, this is the closest I can get. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. What if I just do... I take this and... like this. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Get off your ass. Go, go, go.
Your personal room has been outfitted.
Maybe it's better to wait out the cutscene, so that Yuki is doesn't really matter.
Been with the client long?
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation.
Stop that! Right, no!
Who is he? He's unarmed. So the right one is the unarmed one. Okay. I have to watch, do it faster than this. Okay, come on. Let's go. I'll just throw it. Come on, Yuki. Get your ass moving.
Been with the client long?
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation.
Jeez! Bloody wanking!
Oh my god, it took... It wouldn't grab on. Okay, I'll wait a little longer. And then Yuki will be farther away and then... Okay, get up.
As part of the service here at Gamma.
Your personal room has been outfitted with a radio free...
Sometimes the doors just don't work. It doesn't really matter if you wait out a cutscene.
Been with the client long?
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good situation. What?
Come on.
No.
See, I'm pressing. Why can't I kill him? Oh, I really need to do this, and now I can. Oh my god. Oh, he's snap neck. No, he's. Yeah, he's the fall. See, he's the unarmed. But he falls against this and then. Oh my god. Okay, so coming from the side maybe, then he topples over the other way.
Mr. Reaper.
That's annoying.
As part of the service here at Gamma.
Your personal room has been...
Your personal room has been outfitted with a chip reader. Okay. Handyman wrench.
Been with the client long?
Couple of months. Yeah, it's a good what? Don't do.
And that's the best I can do. Okay. He's still 15th. Oh my god. Global. Let's see. Ruby 38. 25 seconds. 26. They all have the same strategy. Wonder how they get it. They're doing it faster for some reason. But I'm in the ballpark, right? Nice. Okay, that was a nice and quick and easy one. Let's see, there was another one. Here. Okay. Let's go see what that is. Oh, I gotta scroll back my chat, otherwise. Let's see what you guys are saying. Look up. The Chongqing incident. Okay. Good luck. Okay, so that is he's over here. The street guards, right? So what if I just take this one? This one. And then we have this one. What the hell is he? Almost twins. Okay, let's go. Let's go. And next time I'll try to see if I can do a queue session, and I may be streaming later today again after my dinner. We'll have to see. I think that works out.
Find your inner Zen. Close.
Oh fuck!
Okay. Put you in here. Where's the rest? Behind me on the inner courtyard. Okay.
Code 1, 3. No. Come on.
0118, lady.
No. Definitely 01 something.
Welcome.
That's here, right?
Please
or am I
follow the gray
mistaken?
line to security check.
Oh
Thank
god,
you.
he's outside. He's outside!
Huh?
Get out of my way, lady.
Whoa. Easy does
Where are you? Over there. Okay. Oh, you're not over here. What? Oh, you're this dude. Oh.
What?
Okay. I know where to go. I know where to go.
Focus where the kitchen feels like a train station.
Find your inner then. Close your eyes and focus your mind on the discretion bonus on the paycheck.
Shit. Was today's code?
Yeah, I can. Best ways to go here.
No.
Okay. Stop that! Nag, nag, nag. Where's the rest? Downstairs. Oh, he's next to the arcade and he is up there. Okay, so I need to go to my backside. Up there. Okay. He's over there and then over there. Okay. I should have taken a...
Be rich. Get the hell out of here. I got this flyer, and it says I can make a lot of money.
That flyer they started handing out to the homeless really got them flowing in.
Yeah, but it creeps me out how they're different when they leave.
Yeah, I'd say they're different. Oh.
Okay. Proximity taser for the other one. You're over here. Okay.
Rain, rain, nothing but rain.
You can say that again. I wouldn't mind promotion to inside duty.
In the blob. Are you crazy? Don't you know they do
Oh,
experiments?
crap.
Some supernatural brain shit.
Supernatural brain shit? I heard it's some kind of reach out to the homeless. Helping them to their life.
Ha! That's just pure fantasy. Have you met Hutch? I have. He doesn't strike me with a bleeding heart like.
Say what? Got some strange noises here. Looking into the code.
Okay, that should get him, right? Hopefully he sees the taser. He doesn't. Crap. Crap! He doesn't see that. He doesn't see it. Okay, so I could throw the knife over.
Focus where the kitchen feels like a train station.
Find your inner then. Close your eyes and focus your mind.
Find your inner zen.
Shit. Was today's code? What? Hey! Get down from there!
Shut up, lady. Yeah, the dude will, when he walks over there, he will see, so I'll get rid of him. Okay. Oh, maybe get his outfit. Come on. Getting stuck on all the edges. Oh, fuck. Crap. Stupid. Yeah, I'm not getting close to that. Bugger. Can you play the elusive target? I did the elusive targets.
Focus where the kitchen
And I have videos for basically all the elusive targets on my YouTube channel. So that's, let's see, there. If you go there, there's a playlist for the elusive targets, and I have, I've done all of them basically. And for most of them, I even do, I have multiple ways to get them, so, yeah. Good God, man. I need to enable my aimbot. Okay. I'll go get him first. Knife. Okay. Let's distract him with the knife. So I can throw the remote taser for you.
Hey! Is that?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Why the hell did he react to that and then go there and now he's... You gotta be fucking kidding me, man. Why?
Focus when the kitchen feels like a train station.
Find your inner then close your eyes. Focus your mind on the discretion bonus on the paycheck.
What's today's code?
Come on, get up there.
1, 1, 3. No. 1.
Say what?
Oh no, you don't!
Okay.
Say.
Hey, security guy! Hold up just a minute. Anyone know this man? You know this fella? That's enough.
Come on. Die so I can... Where the fuck... Why? Why does he have a natural tendency to go for the thing? Good grief, man. Why? That's so dumb. Okay. I'll get him in the... Okay.
Find your inner then close your eyes. Focus your mind.
Okay, I'll take care of him differently then. What's today's code?
Come on. I'm not here. That's just silly.
Okay. Okay. Be Careful of this. Okay. Da 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 da. No, there's a jump spot here somewhere. Oh. Used to be a spot where you could just jump over here, but I guess they removed that for some reason. I don't have the crowbar,
Flyer they started
so...
handing out to the homeless really got them flowing in.
Yeah, but it creeps me out how they're different when they leave.
Yeah, I'd say they're different when they...
Oh.
Get the hell out of here. I got this flyer. That is saying I can make a lot of money.
There we go. Pom pom pom. There we go. Nice. Globals. 36 seconds. Of course. Gen P in 45. Okay. Then me in 2 minutes and 1 second. Okay. Ruby in 5:02. Okay. Well done, everybody. Let's see. Phoenix had one. Let's go. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Game modes, contracts, featured. No, not. Why did I go featured? Let's see. The Lovely Couple by Phoenix. They were a perfect couple. Gandolfo Leva Renteria and Gundalina Villa Castillo. Villa Gomez. Okay. So, shall we go with the same outfit? Accident in the suit. Where the hell are they? Are they in the villa? Let's see where they are before we do anything else. Let's see where they are. Let's see where they are. Oh, they're over here. Okay. Does a syringe count as a...
Mr. Rodriguez, what can we do for you?
I was supposed to have a quick meeting with Señorita Martinez. Do you know where she is?
She should be back any minute now.
Ah, perfect.
How may I be of assistance today, senor?
Little girl. Ugh, pity her teeth are so bad.
Ay, por Dios. Get away from me, you maldito.
Maldito.
Anyway, I guess.
Oh, you're dying today, motherfucker!
You're dying today, motherfucker! Okay, so... I don't want to really use this, but I don't see how else I can get her. Oh, well, I can blow one of them up at least. Oh, I could maybe blow her up.
Mr. Rodriguez,
She is
what can we do for you?
texting.
I was
Okay.
supposed to have a quick meeting with Señorita Martinez. Do you know where she is?
She should be back any minute now.
Ah, perfect. Muchas gracias.
Turn down the music already. Right now.
Let's see where she goes. And he is in the Gotta be an accident. There's no thing I can drop on her here, right?
How
No.
may I be of assistance today, senor?
I'm yoinking your scissors. Okay, where are you going, lady? Oh, I know where you're going. What about you?
Okay, if it's nothing, then why do people keep disappearing up there? Not even just the tourists. My brother's wife's friend.
Excuse me?
She's going to puke over here. Right. Oh. Does that count as an accident? No. But I thought there would be a toilet here where she would puke. Like over here. Why does she go all the way over there? Because if she comes out here, that is like 3 feet closer. Crap. So if I can't push her over, because they will see. Let's go up here. Let's go take a look. They will see. He will see. He will see. They might see. I go over here. I am trespassing.
How are you, senor?
That's not a dump eliminate.
Hey, are they okay? What the hell are you doing? For the love of God, please! I need help!
Okay, what if I took her over here? No, that's also not an eliminate. It's only a dump.
I need some help right now! Get down! Get down! Yes, alright.
Everybody's panicking. Let's see, is there...
Dancing with the devil, and that motherfucker's
What
still
else
out
is
there,
going on
okay?
here?
Over here! Over here!
Okay.
Something is going.
Okay, so... I could blow her up. That's not a problem. What about the dude? Cancel. Let's see. Let's take a micro taser. Yeah, okay. What's going on? Why is it taking so long? Is my game crashing? Please, no. Is there something with the Hitman servers, perhaps? We try. Oh, fuck. Okay, canister. Okay. Yes. Smuggled item is near the hostel. Yeah, I can put it in the... I know, but I don't know if I'll need a smuggled item. I need to go here. I can get the coin from here. And I can get the propane tank from here. Okay.
Mr. Rodriguez, what can we do?
I was supposed to have a quick meeting with Señorita Martinez.
Oh,
You know where
shit.
she is?
She should be back any minute.
Ah, perfect. Muchas gracias.
There.
Oh.
Oh, they didn't make it.
Still works. Wanna pick that up?
Yeah, I'm picking it up.
What?
Hey, alguien me escucha? Es yo. Can somebody hear me?
And these guys like, can I like...
Pasando esto, por favor. No.
But have you heard of that whaling?
It looks like an accident.
Huh?
It's right in the car.
What? Oh,
You're making...
Escucha, Central.
shit, did I
Balcony is
oversleep?
clear.
Did
Did
the
you get
Martinez
that?
lady on Bailey start you yet?
I didn't see anything.
You'll be okay. I'll get him. Gotta go check the stage.
Go check out if that was a firecracker or what. I'll call back.
There we go.
If you want to stay alive.
It should be okay, right? Accidents. Accidents do be happening. Don't confuse the hostel with the brothel. No. That's not good for anybody. So Craven's big one is perfect. Oh yeah, you could throw the big one, of course. I usually take the micro taser to boost to explode it, but the big one, I always forget about the big one. Okay. How did we do? 2 or 3 again. 44 seconds. Phoenix and 119. There's no second propane tank, so I get it. No, I'll take it. Puchas and me are very, very close. Yeah, okay. Updated? What's updated, sir? This one? Okay. I don't think, yeah, I could shave off a few seconds here and there, probably. So instead of this, I'll take the, you could take the... Distractions. I had a brain fart over there. Okay. Yeah. New leaderboard. Oh. Well, I'll see after the run. I can shave off a few seconds. Grab this. I probably don't need the coin. How the hell are they so fast? Takes me like half a minute to get there.
Mr. Rodriguez, what can we do for you?
I was supposed to have a quick meeting with Señorita Martinez. Do you know where she is?
Anyone copy? Still looking. No sign of trouble yet.
Huh? What?
Something just blew up. I don't know what. Looking at it right now. Yes, we are after. Amigo, no lo sé.
She saw me drop it.
Hang about.
Look out for Superman. Hey there, Penny. Welcome. Happy Friday. Water and taser. What?
But I really like noises.
This one?
Cry like some kind of demonio. It's cursed. I bet you that's what's responsible.
Mr. Rodriguez, what can we do for you?
I was supposed to have a quick meeting with Señorita Martinez. Do you know where she is?
She should be back any minute now.
Come on.
Perfect.
Crap.
Muchas gracias.
Oh, she goes, not him.
No, no, screw this. God damn it.
Okay, micro taser. And then, gotta get rid of her. So, let's take a Durian, maybe. Show her a pistol, she'll leave. Oh. Oh crap. I need the propane tank. I went the wrong way. Plant the pistol, bumper, she leaves, then turn on. Yeah, okay. Okay, I get it. Bum. Because I got it to leave earlier with the pistol, that's how I completed my first run. To go get a guard, okay.
Hey, you!
Is that what?
Okay. They saw me drop it in the mirror. Damn these mirrors! Oh, go. What's so hard? Go fetch me a bottle of vodka! Or in this case, a flask of propane. Pom 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 pom. Pom 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 pom.
Okay, I think.
Huh? Whoa, slow down.
I bumped into her for so. Oh my god. They don't need to turn around. I wonder where I can. Can I like put it at her feet or something? Let me see. Let me see. Get this. Yes. Gonna drop this outside.
Oh shit! Hey, noises. Horrible cry like some kind of demonio. I think it's.
Huh?
Jeez! Hey, someone help me out! Something.
Oh my god. Why does he do his little dance when she moves? That's so annoying. Maybe I can scare them out. They run through the puddle outside and then I can get him over there. When I blow her, blow his friend up.
Okay, I think. But what if he's one of those weird things? You left this behind.
You're bugging me, scrap.
Huh?
She's broken. She just stands there.
I found a weapon button. In this damn. He's
God damn it. Why does it have to be so difficult? Better use an MP electronic device. It lured like a coin. Then I need this, and then here, and then you mean something like an audio distraction? I've never used that before. Okay, so while she goes investigate the sound, I can turn open the turn on the water, and then he will investigate and get electrocuted. Is that the idea? And it's not illegal to place the electronic device, right? Oh. I do have to go get it first. Okay, let's see if this works.
Rico Delgado coming down to us dirty
No, electronic device MP charge. Okay. I think I know what you mean. Tools, I think you mean the EMP charge. So if you place that and you make it go off, she goes after it? Is that what you're saying? Interesting. Speedrunner strats. Oh, go over here. Okay. Don't forget to pick up my EMP thing. Here. Okay.
Did you see the poster? Rico Delgado coming down to us dirty villagers. Why do we...
Sir, you can't just leave that lying around. Say what? Hey!
I'm not kidding around. Put your hands up. Do it now. What?
What? It was a micro taser, right? Why was she... Does she see the micro taser? Oh my god. And it's a proximity. I need the other one. Remote micro taser. Okay. That's weird. Maybe I need to put it on the other side of the... Get it away from the water. And then that should be good. Maybe. Okay.
Did you see the poster? Rico Delgado coming down to us dirty villagers to unveil some
Mr. Rodriguez.
Hey, where's yours?
I was supposed to have a quick meeting
what?
with Señorita Martinez. Do you know where she is?
She should be back any minute now.
So
See, now he's over there.
I give it to side and it's a force alarm. I can't believe it.
They're fine. Probably stuff out somewhere, you know? Martinez.
Damn it.
See, that doesn't work.
Come on. I don't need this shit.
Or do I need to, like, will she go and see somebody about it? Doesn't work, code, no water. What?
That I really noises, like horrible cry, like some kind of demonio. I think it's cursed. I bet you that's what's responsible for.
Okay.
What was that? Sí, lo que sea. Whatever.
Mr. Rodriguez, what can we do for you?
I was supposed to have a quick meeting with Señorita Martinez. Do you know where she is?
She goes to mop up and then she just goes there.
An accident. I'll get some help. Don't move, okay?
I need her to fuck off. That's what I need. Okay. I will show her the gun, whatever. And then she can go wherever. I don't need this, I think.
Did you see the poster? Rico Delgado.
Hey Ali, how's the John Wicking? It's going. I'm trying to fulfill this contract.
No, those
I was supposed to have a quick meeting with
some kind
Señorita
of
Martinez.
monsters.
Do you know where she is?
She should be back any minute now.
Oh, crap.
Muchas gracias.
Jeez.
Okay. Maybe do the water first and then pick up the stuff before he's gone, before he does his thing. Okay. I don't need the EMP, so I don't need to go through the hostel. I am. Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, you can Sorry, Phoenix, you can't post links. That's how you did it? Yeah, I want to do it myself before I check out your run.
But I really hate those noises. What would cry like some kind of demonio? I think it's cursed. I bet you that's what...
Senor, I feel you're violating my personal space here.
Oh, now he's... Oh my god, man. This is so RNG based. Maybe I moved too soon. I should have stayed next to the gun so that she could see it before she turned to me. Finicky. Finicky! Can I send the link? I see the link. I see the YouTube link that's been purged, Phoenix. Is that a YouTube video of how you did it?
He's like... That's...
Say what?
I'll take care of me. Huh? Sit back.
Okay.
Got him.
Got it.
Very. What? Me again? Looks like an accident. This one's going in the ground.
Shit, did I oversleep? The Martinez lady down there, no nombre de esto.
Why didn't it explode?
How may I be of assistance today?
Oh, so you're on holiday again.
Crap. I had it, but I fucked it up. Okay, give it another try. And then I'll just accept my fate. I still don't see how you do this sub 1 minute, but yeah, the speedrunners are all over this, so I guess these are all speedrun contracts I've been playing.
Okay, if it's nothing...
Oh, shit.
Not even just tourists. Drop some. My brother's wife's friend.
Huh?
I think I found a very dangerous weapon.
Okay, back. Wait here, and I'll look into it, huh?
Sure, I understand.
You gotta be kidding me.
Hey, leave that out. What are you?
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Well, I cut my time in half almost, so that's good. There we go. Now let's turn on some light. I'm gonna flashbang myself. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Cool. Well, I moved up in the ranks. 113, 44 seconds. I don't know what his thing is, but okay. Well, I did it fast enough, but with your help, of course. You told me. Okay, Phoenix, let's... I saw your link, so copy... Oh. I'm gonna copy your link. Let's see your run. I suspect it's almost the same, of course. Okay, move this over here. And then And then we get the window capture, and then we take this. Okay, we show that. There we go. Like that big. Let's see what you did. Suspect about the same. Oh, you're starting over here?
Hey, what's up, man? Sit down, relax. The universe will
Interesting.
correct itself.
Can someone please help me? I need help here.
What?
Okay.
Why do people keep disappearing up there?
Heads up! Heads up!
Using the EMP charge to electrocute him. Oh. But how did you kill her then? Because, let's see. Is this hitting a propane tank? Let's see. Is there a propane tank up here that you're hitting? I see a propane tank over here, but what are you hitting? No, there's no propane tank up there. That's a taser, right? Huh? I don't get it. How the hell are you getting her then? Or am I mistaken? Is it a bomb you're throwing up there? A concussion. Micro explosive. Ooh. Okay, so that takes care of this thing. Here's the propane tank you're using to kill her. Ew, interesting. Nice. Let's put it back to normal.
Can someone please help me?
Yeah, and you're using the can to lure her over. Right. You're showing her the gun. Turning on the water. Dropping the EMP charge.
You gonna stop a maniac like a dog with rabies?
Okay, you're waiting for him to get electrocuted, and now she's close enough to go to boom. Very nice. Very nice. Well done. Well done. Okay. That was good. Okay. Do we have any more contracts? Maybe. Otherwise I can pick one from the there's a lot in Manga's Discord, so let's see. Discord contract IDs, contract recreation. This one maybe. Contract, look, it's freshly remade, so let's see. If he remade it live to Grande Jardinera, Grande Muscada. Okay. Falling object, screwdriver thrown, pistol. Okay. FSP. I think he is in this near the starting area over here. Oh, I only have one entry. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll see. I think he's over there. So he is, what was he in again?
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
Pistol, okay.
You kidding?
That was.
So apparently you know who resigning because of personal reasons.
Can I change outfits? Oh, I gotta be the groundskeeper. Oh. These are any disguise. Oh, okay. Wasn't there like a... I thought that...
Something more twisted, don't you think? Something really fucked
Isn't
up.
there an outfit in the other version of this map? Great, hey! Xinjiang Huapeng? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, man, but yeah. Let's see, replan. Gotta be the groundskeeper. Oh, no, I can't start anywhere else, so I have to start over here. Okay. Means I gotta knock somebody out. Is there groundskeeper outfit in the basement, perhaps? Don't think so.
Jeez.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
You kidding? Where've you been the last couple of months?
What?
Say to just be nice and put the other thing behind.
Okay, I'm gonna put you over here.
I'm getting used to hearing alternative ideas coming from you, but still, I don't know if you're messing with me. You have no right to talk to me like that. I'm an acquired taste. Don't like me, acquire some
Crap.
taste. Oh. Okay, let's just leave it.
If you don't like me, acquire some taste. I want to see. Let's see. Isn't there like an outfit over here?
Hey.
Oh, it's a waiter outfit. Okay. So I gotta be faster, maybe even more in the corner, so the only the groundskeeper hears it or something.
Everything is going all right here?
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
You kidding?
Huh?
His head to prove he's more than just his hair? He just doesn't give a shit. Set those haters straight, huh? Yeah, I mean,
Kids messing around again?
for a prank or a joke, right?
What's going on?
Me, the good old.
Someone's been hurt. It looks really bad. I'm going to see if I can help.
Unconscious witness. How the hell did he see me? Lady. Crap. Okay, so yeah, okay, I have an idea how to do this. I need to be on the other side. Sorry, sir, I had to go past. Go past.
real, they must have done something to the image.
Say what? Oh, huh. Wow. Oh.
Fucking hell, man. This is annoying. Why doesn't things want to work like I need them to work? Okay, let's use the coins then.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
Okay.
Head to prove he's more than just his hair? He just doesn't give a shit. Yeah, that's a really good thought. I mean, like...
Huh.
Dry mouth?
Oh no. Oh, does anybody see this?
Huh.
Get lost, lady.
You know, sometimes I look at you and I
Uh-huh.
wonder.
This pistol, right? Yes. Okay, and then over there. Where is over there? Reception. Oh, falling object, I bet. And he's upstairs in the birthday reception. Okay, screwdriver. Okay, okay, okay.
That axe-faced harridan demanded more fire extinguishers.
Oh boy. Got the lady over there. Why am I red gunned? Did anybody see that? Okay, well, let's...
Hey, somebody want to help us out over here?
Basically, I need his outfit, I guess, to get up here. He's not gonna let me.
Please, you gotta come and
Oh, I can probably... I know I have red guns, but I want to see before I move on. Over here I'm not trespassing in this outfit, so he's over there. Is there a screwdriver over here somewhere? That's a knife. I think there's a screwdriver right here somewhere where the fumigator is. If I can get past these dudes. Oh, I can probably go outside. Isn't there like a screwdriver right here?
Whoa, relax.
Right, so I could go through this window. So if I go from there over here, I can go through here and can get the... Okay, okay.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead, man?
Got it. No, sorry. Okay.
Everything is going all right here?
Huh? Let's get the coins out.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
Takes too long.
Okay.
Do me a favor and...
Huh? I mean, was that even real? They must have...
Yeah, he's already on his way. If you don't lure him with the first thing directly, he will move off. And then he's then it's gonna take forever to get him back.
Say,
Don't even know why I'm grabbing the thing so I can whomp him with it. He's gotta come over here, right?
Say what?
So, okay, I want this day to just be nice and put the other thing behind us. So
Yeah.
Seriously, dude. So I peekabooed him in.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
What?
who is resigning because of personal reasons and because allegedly compromising with... I mean, it screams dick pic, right?
Huh?
Huh? I mean, was that even real?
Somebody's in big trouble. I'm going to take a look.
Okay. Pistol. Pop.
Does that sound good?
Okay,
Why am I red gunned? He didn't see me.
I worry about you sometimes. I'm sorry. We, like...
It's not freelancer, yes, so and? I have no other thing, so I can knock him out.
Please let me know if I can help you in any way.
Non-targets aren't allowed to see knocked out bodies. Oh.
So apparently you know who is resigning because of personal reasons. Compromising material himself. Fine. It has to be something more twisty. Okay.
Whatever.
Go Jim, huh? I mean, what's that even...
Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I see what my problem is.
I'm here to help.
Okay. Coin. I need to coin him in the corner right away.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
Who is already over here.
So Kruger's shaving his head to prove he's more than just his hair? He just doesn't give a shit. Haters. Your intervention, remember? These drugs are not good for you. They warp. See what that was. The shit that I have
Say what?
from you is like telling them I have.
There we go.
Such a hater all. I'm seriously saying that you should start listening to me. The truth hurts, my friend. Whatever. You do your thing, I do mine. You wanna go? You wanna know
What the hell? Wonder what that was.
Excuse me. Are you quite sure it's safe?
Okay.
Keeping these pesticides so close to the
Right.
Oh, relax, Chief. I got it covered, okay? Besides,
Oh, there's another camera right here.
Doses. This compound, it's not lethal. I mean, okay, yeah,
sure he knocked you out. I guess that's what headache from.
Okay.
Hello? Calling in. Heard something odd.
Whoa, not gonna happen, Chief. Believe it or not, I've done it before.
Okay. So now we can get into the party room. Okay. Get her. Him. Coin. Nice. It's thrown, right? You hate these cameras? Yeah.
Oh, come on, give me a break.
Huh?
Okay, and where's our third one? He's all the way up. He's at the reception. Oh, he was the falling object. Right. Right. There we go. Whose contract is this? It says Iffy, but I think Iffy remade this. Oh crap, am I not allowed here? I'm a groundskeeper.
Sir, you better. This is my final warning. Are you clear?
I was gonna escape through the tuk-tuk, but apparently I'm not allowed here. Crap. I'll, let's see. This one is, yeah. It says Iffy, but I can check in the Discord who this is for. We created it, Froxfield. Originally on Steam from the looks of it, from the, when I see the numbers. Yeah. Yeah, not allowed on this version. That's yeah. That's what I found out the hard way. So yeah.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Coin name. Yeah.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
Weird.
Shardy_waffles_ just redeemed. Weird.
Weird.
So apparently you know who is resigning because of personal reasons and because allegedly compromising material has been leaked. So what is it?
Coin the dude over here.
What?
Right. Get this. He will see the coin. He will go over there.
Was that even real?
Okay. Dunk. Okay.
I'm getting used to hearing alternative ideas coming
I was thinking, why am I not allowed? Because I had my gun out. You idiot.
What? Is that those bloody creatures messing around?
I'm quite sure it's pesticides so close to the ventilation fan.
Okay.
I got it covered, okay?
Bum.
Even at
Bum.
this compound is not lethal for you. I'm sure it knocked you out for a bit. I
Yeah, I need to go up. Coin.
All is cool. All is cool.
Now what's going on?
Okay. Now we can kill this dude.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Of course, you have to stand right over here. Ooh. He saw that? God damn it, man. What the hell? I'm in the dark.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Good here?
Ah, brother.
So who is this guy cop? The one in all the papers?
What?
So Kruger's shaving his head to prove he's more than just his hair? He just doesn't give a shit. Set those pictures straight. Just lay down. Do you remember what you just said? Does your head hurt?
Huh? Is anybody there?
Really good thought. I think like really, really awesome thought. Best thought ever.
Okay. Got the outfit. Pop you in the head. There we go. Now. Okay. Over here. Gonna move on, ladies.
Excuse me. Are you quite sure these pesticides so close to ventilation?
Yes.
Whoa, relax, Chief. I got it covered, okay? Besides,
Okay.
even at very large doses, this compound is not lethal
You've got to be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding me. Oh yeah, next. There we go. Coin.
Just those bloody kids messing around again. This keeps happening again and again today.
Okay. Now, let's avoid these freaks. Oh dear God. Okay. Boom boom. There we go. Our exit is right over there. See, nobody here is the wiser. Good, good, good. Yes. Yes. Wat Arun. I've been there in real life, you know. The temple. This side of the water doesn't look at all like this in real life. But yeah. Okay. Got it. How much time do I have? I have about a half hour left before I must do other things. Nice. Who beat me? Iffy, 213. Oh my god! Oh, he's a booster.
Aging FPS just redeemed bold strategy, Cotton.
Thank you. Well, the strategy paid off, and it wasn't that bold, but yeah. I wonder if it works if you bring your own screwdriver, because then I don't have to go through that area. But yeah, then I still can't get up there as fast. Huh. Oh well. Okay. Chenny has one for me. Let's go see what that is. Contract lookup. Oh, having fun today with these contracts. Oh, by Ruby TV. Oh, I got him, she in my Discord. Contract by Nature European PAL on PlayStation. Contract ID. So if you want to play it on PlayStation, here's the contract ID. Joe Potts. Yeah, that could be any of 100. So let's just go in and see where Joe is at. Joe Blue. Another speedrunner contract. Okay, let's see. Where are you? VIP Lounge Terrace? What? Where are you? Oh, you're over here. Yeah, one of those, one of these two guys. Okay. Okay. I just saw this trick, so going to the choppers any which way. So take the Krugi, ripped for her pleasure. Okay. You're lurking, AJ Penny. Thank you. Okay, so let's see if I can do this too. Yes. Let's not fall into the hole. Oh. I specifically said, let's not fall into the hole. Because I have an idea on how to get him quickly. Well, speedrunner fashion quickly maybe, but... Okay. See that thing?
What?
Okay, so that works, but they saw me. They have no idea where I am. They're kind of frozen.
Help me, please!
Nothing at my position.
Okay. I say fun, but it's out of scale, so relatively speaking, fun. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just utilizing this new trick I just saw yesterday, so it's boosting. I normally don't do this. Oh, it's too close. No, it's not. Okay. I normally don't do this, but yeah. Oh. Okay, so I have to go through the bottom left and then over the top. Okay, maybe replan. Hold on a second. Planning. Instead of a lockpick, distractions. Take some coins. Can you also throw the thing down there? Let's see. Can I do this? No. Come on. Put it there. Okay, so I have to go here. Now I can go over. Grab that little coin. Crouch. So when he comes through, I want to distract him over here.
Uh-huh.
That's the wrong one.
Say what? What was that? Man, I just heard a weird noise. I'm moving into investigate.
Okay, maybe I can get him to go over there. They saw me. Oh god. Why did it work the first time then? Why did he go there? Because I shot the wall, maybe, perhaps? That was weird. Oh, I'm not trespassing here. That's interesting. So, when do we... Okay, can I coin these dudes over here?
Okay.
And then... Coin the dude over there. Nice.
Hey, man. Nothing in my position. Over.
I think I got away with it. Gosh. Winning done, yeah.
Duh. Winning.
Oh, by 1 second. Nice. Oh, so close. So probably the same thing. I could you could probably lure one or two of those guards away earlier, and then they'll be out of the way. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I've never ever boosted up to the roof before, so this was my first time. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay, what else? I have about 15 minutes left before I need to start dinner. So, let's see. Other recreations, maybe just contract IDs, something Manga played yesterday, I don't know. I have no idea. Otherwise, I'll just... he's around here somewhere. A full minute probably of Chop starting up. Damn it, he got away. Yeah. Yeah, it's I know it's totally not realistic how they react, but it's so fun sometimes. I can also enjoy when I'm not streaming and I play this offline. I sometimes just stand there listening to the conversations these guys have. They're so good. In this context, you can see the initial animation. Time does not pass, but the targets move. Huh? Oh, you mean wait out a cutscene? So he's closer, that's what you mean? So, my history, so that you don't have to wait. I think that's what you're meaning. Chapel. Cutscene, yes, okay. Let's see if we can shave off a few more seconds then. He's over there. Make you go over there. Oh, they already saw me. Huh. Okay. It's a bit of a shame that they saw me. Going. Ah, too late. He's the only one who didn't notice. Oh, he saw me. You didn't see the cutscene? Yes, I did. Right? I'm waiting till I can move my camera, and then that's the cutscene. So this is the cutscene. Yeah. Still can't move. Still can't move. Now I can move. There we go. Coin.
Find out what that was.
Did I make it better? 106. New personal best, yeah. Cool. So I shaved off a bit. Yeah. Okay, 106. I'll leave it at that. I accept this this time. Okay. Very, very, very nice. Almost sub-minute, yeah. Maybe if I set my mind to it, maybe I could shave off 6 seconds, but I'm not going to, at least not gonna grind that right now. And I'm not really a speedrunner, so I'm already way more content with the 106 than I was, but it's good. Okay, so let's see what is, and welcome by the way, editor. I forgot to say hi, so happy Friday. I say facility, a taste of enlightenment. Isle of Scale. Guzman calls himself the Maestro of Enlightenment. He claims a blah 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 blah. Okay. But is he... Where is he? Is he on the... behind the bar? In the main area? Hi hi. Okay, let's see, where are you? Oop, up here. Counselor's Lounge? Where the fuck is that? Level 6. Let's see. Let's go and go up here. Architect Lounge. I'm just gonna see where he is before I make my plan. Any disguise consumed poison. Ooh. Okay, is he over here somewhere? No. Well, he's up there.
That was a bit practices.
I can't go upstairs.
Excuse me, sir. This place is off limits. Leave it to you.
I could... Can I, like... Oh, right, we're here. Okay, so I need one of these guys' outfits. Yeah. Okay, it's consumed poison, so that means I gotta bring some poison. Lethal. And don't need a seeker, I think. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Mr. Sensation. Thank you. Welcome, happy Friday. Yeah, so my plan is gonna get this dude's outfit because I think that allows me to poison the dude upstairs, but then again, maybe this dude isn't allowed upstairs. We'll see. Otherwise, I gotta make a racket, get the guys out of the room. Okay, so Go over here. Close this. If I do this, dude should come out. Yes. Oh, let's go over here. What the hell was that?
Where the hell is the caretaker?
Okay, turn that back on. Get your clothes, give me your boots. Boots and your motorcycle. Okay, get you out of the way. Now, let's see. Am I allowed to go upstairs now?
If you want to get through here, I'm gonna need to go through your pockets, my friend.
Okay.
This is just standard procedure. Just a formality.
Yeah? Is it as good for
All
you
right,
as it is for me?
proceed.
Now I can't take care of the cameras. That's a bit of a bummer. Can I like... Huh. Okay, question is, how the hell do I distract them then? Since I don't have my gun anymore. And if I take this, dude over here will freak out. Got a remote taser I can use. Cigar box, okay. What if I do this?
Weird. You stay here. I'll take a look.
Okay, got it.
Oh, why is this happening to me today of all days?
So that's the only drink he has, so I assume that's okay. Crap.
I look forward to your machinations then.
I look forward to your machinations then. Where's my gun? Crap.
What about those identical twins that grow up separate and become...
Sophia the schemer. What's she up to
Wait.
this time?
You know that Kronstadt designer?
Where's that?
Sure.
Presentation last year, Mr. Lynch. The building plans are quite
Sao Paulo.
definitive.
Laying.
Where's the security room? Am I even on the right level? Isn't there like a security room right over here somewhere? Oh, it says security room right over there. You silly goose. It's over here, but I can't get in because I don't have the right key. So how long does it take for that dude to take a sip? Is he ever gonna take a sip? Oh wait, can't I get there from outside the window? Yes, I can. What's our target doing? Still sitting there. Consume poison, yeah.
Uh-huh. Go and check it out. Come on, go.
Affirmative.
Okay. Give me your outfit. Okay.
Strange.
Possible
Possible intruder. Sweeping
Possible
area.
intruder.
Okay. Really? Come on. A disguise? Yeah. Could you elaborate on that? Okay. Yep, got it.
What is going on with this dude over here? Is he ever gonna drink? How is this supposed to work then? I have no idea.
Feels wrong.
How did I get up there again?
So, brain uploads, huh? Living forever as a string of code.
Sure. Our parents were afraid of the missiles. But I think we both know that if it happens, there'll be some other element at play. Something.
The fuck around here?
Oh, greetings.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have...
Hey, get ready. Yeah, all right.
He's never gonna move. He's never gonna drink. Maybe if everybody's out of the room, perhaps?
Please, no. Don't do that.
I'm so lost as to how you get him to consume poison. Yeah, consume poison.
That was not worth the agitation.
Is the door closed? No, he just doesn't hear it. Oh. so I got that lady left. He shouldn't be able to see that, right? Okay, so that's everybody out of the room. Dude, how is this possible? It isn't. He's not getting up.
Hello there.
Whatever, man. I don't. Hey, Panda. I'm sorry, man. You just came in at the end, so because I have to go make dinner because my wife will be home in like 25 minutes, and I have to start making dinner. So because she has to go to the theater tonight. Let's see. But there's a good possibility I will be back after dinner. So yeah. Wait a second. Anybody else? Nordic. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to Red. She's also playing. So if you're here for the drops, we're going over to another Hitman streamer. Or at least she's streaming Hitman at the moment. So let's go say hi. I should have. Did I make a command for that? No. Okay, so if you're not a subscriber, please use this. And if you are a subscriber, still need to God damn it, my stuff is not stuffing. Use this raid message, please.
I'm Pickle Rick!
So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I think I might be back in like a few hours, 2 hours to 3 hours, depending on how long dinner takes. And then I'll play some more, maybe Freelancer. And yeah, and if not, then I'll see you guys next Friday. So take care and have a great weekend. Later.